full-time, Bobby. So I'm a successful business owner, a child of God, a graduate of Teen Challenge, and it hasn't always been that way. So most of my life, I was I was very angry inside. So I used to love to hurt people because I wanted them to hurt the way that I hurt inside. So all that led me to a life of crime and a life of terrible things. And I spent most of my life in and out of prison. So I'd get out for a few months and then go right back because I never changed anything. I would do all the same things. So, and I spent years in segregation, and I've seen guys come into seg in prison. It's 23 hours a day locked up in a little box. I've seen them come in there and start wrecking their mind within 10 minutes. But God says, for with God, nothing is impossible. That's Luke 137. And with Christ, I can do all things, Philippians 4:13. And God did not give us a spirit of fear, but one of power and love and a sound mind. So until I started to grasp those concepts and started to really truly invite Jesus into my heart, nothing was changing. So I was a gang member for a very long time. And I enjoyed it, and I traveled around doing different things with them, and I still love a lot of them, and I'm just serving Jesus today and doing something different, and so it wasn't until I really believed in what I was doing. I was traveling around the country and doing my thing, and I missed most of my children's lives growing up because I was more interested in doing drugs and being stupid. So it wasn't until 2015 when I was in jail that a man stepped in my way, Brother Barnes. Love you, Brother Barnes. And he said, "Hey, boy, ain't you tired of being a slave?" And I said, "Dude, do you know who you're freaking talking to? I'll shut this whole jail down. Don't ever get in my way." Because gang members go to church inside the jail to facilitate gang activities, not to seek the Lord. So he said, "I know exactly who I'm talking to. That's why I'm talking to you." So he said, and I actually have a copy from him. It's the exact Bible he gave me in jail. He said, "I'm going to give you this Bible, son. And if you just read it cover to cover, it's going to do a lot of things for you. You're not always going to understand. You're not supposed to. But as the Holy Spirit comes upon you, begin to understand. If you just read it cover to cover, it's going to build your vocabulary and it's going to change your life." Whatever. So I take the Bible and I started reading. I get to Sanchez unit in 2016, and it was a state jail. I thought they were going to let me walk, but they don't let gang members walk there either. And so they put me in segregation, which is real bad on a state jail unit. No radio, no nothing. And so I thought, I'm going to go crazy this time. I'm not going to make it out. But then that pastor's words came back to me. Brother Barnes' words came back to me, and I began to read the Bible January 1st, 2016. I finished the first time March 25th, 2016. My whole life changed. I started applying these principles to my life, and I continued to devour the Bible and other books, trying to understand the Bible better. And so I knew I had Jesus, but I still, I didn't know how to apply that out here. So God led me, and it's a whole nother testimony to explain it all, but God led me to Teen Challenge, Teen and Adult Challenge of the Permian Basin. And when I got there, I had read 800 books in 2016, so I was very unteachable. I thought I knew everything. So a good friend of mine, Craig Pedraza, love you, P. Dreezy, he did something that was probably the only way I would understand at that time. He took me out in the parking lot because I had already had pastors out in the parking lot and all kinds. It was crazy because I thought I knew everything, and I'm still pretty aggressive, and I can be aggressive still. So Craig took me in the parking lot and he said, "Hey, dude," and he charged me up, got in my face. He said, "You know everything. Why don't you just get out of here?" And I was like, "I don't want to do that." And he goes, "Then be teachable." You know, you read all those books and you're locking onto one word a pastor says and you're discounting everything else that he says. And so you're missing the whole point. And so then I began to, and Craig said, hey, do you know how to read? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you understand what you read? And I said, yes. And he goes, then devour the Bible for yourself and let God speak to your heart through it. And then take the good things those pastors are giving you and apply those and apply it to what you know and what you're reading, and don't worry about the rest. And at that point I became teachable. So Teen and Adult Challenge taught me how to live a Christian lifestyle out here, and it's a great thing to do. So I would encourage everyone, hey, seek the Lord and everything else will be added to you. So God bless y'all. Have a good day, Todd. I hope that's what you need.